Well, coming out of the bye, we waited 2 weeks for probably one of the most demoralizing losses I've watched in a while as the Jets fall to the Patriots once again. I think it's 14 times in a row now. So this is a rough one, man. This is demoralizing. This is a real kick in the balls because another game that the Jets should have won against the Patriots, another game the Jets should have lost against the Patriots. And there are ramifications here if you want to make a run at the AFC East Division, tiebreakers for the playoffs and everything else. So, I don't know how you want to break this down. I guess we'll start. I guess this was, on offense, that Bill Belichick has 2 weeks to figure out how to scheme against your team. Obviously, teams are going to they're going to try to stop the run, make Zach Wilson beat you. Herbig was out today, which I kind of had a feeling during the week. When Saleh always downplays an injury in a press conference, you become concerned. That's why they signed LDT. They try to downplay, but Herbig being out was big. But the Jets struggled to run the football consistently anyway. So that means you got to change your play calling up, and you've got to be able to effectively pass the football, get Zach in sync, and move things along. So now, there's no way to really sugarcoat this. Zach was terrible today. And the thing that everybody's going to say is, well, it's the Belichick defense. The problem is the Belichick defense was the thing that was beating him. He can't make the simple throws. In the first quarter, when he started sailing footballs, I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. The simple screen pass. He's way too inconsistent. And the throws he's missing, from my fan opinion, it's fundamentals and technique. And the problem I have the most with is they don't hold him accountable. This defense gave this kid so many chances. They kept this team in the game for 58 and a half minutes, 59 minutes, whatever it is, to win this game. All he needed was one drive. He couldn't put together anything. The Jets had more punts than first downs. They had 100 and something yards of offense. They had 77 yards of passing offense. This was some of the worst offense I've ever seen in my life. This kid, he was overwhelmed. He was seeing ghosts, whatever you want to say. But the bottom line is he should have been taken out. At some point, you got to say, I have to do what's best for this team. And what's best for this team is let Mike White just see if he can give you a spark. See if anything can happen. Bring him in for 2 series. If nothing happens, you bring Zach in and see what happens. It's not unprecedented. The Dolphins did this shit with Fitzpatrick and Tua. You can't be worried about your quarterback's feelings. You can't be worried about your quarterback's pride. You've got to be worried about winning. And the defense and special teams put you in a position to win this game over and over and over again, and Zach failed you. And the play calling didn't help. What I don't understand is what happened to the tight ends, to Conklin and Azuma. What happened to bubble screens? What happened to end arounds? Change the play action pass. How about this? Take deep shots down the field. Literally play action pass and say, Denzel Mims run, Garrett Wilson run, and just throw it. Maybe you had the one big pass to Mims, but maybe you get a pass interference call. Maybe do something else. Keep the defense off balance. And I still don't understand why they don't roll. In the first half, Zach ran a couple times. He looked very mobile. I don't understand why they don't do RPO, roll him out to the right, have a quick check here, have a throw somewhere else, or he can run it himself. This isn't hard to figure out. But I think at sometimes when Mike LaFleur sees the rhythm of the offense, I think he gets worried about his quarterback too. I don't want to put him in position to fail. And if we're being completely honest, this game could have been a blowout because the New England Patriots missed 2 field goals, and they also missed 2 pick sixes as well. Zach got bailed out by that. So the defenders are going to say, oh, well, he didn't throw any interceptions. He threw 2. He literally could have thrown 2 pick sixes. And he's missing errant passes. And I'm telling you, it's hard to hear how Saleh doesn't even consider benching him. I don't understand. If you're a defensive player walking in a locker room, you look at Zach, be like, dude, come on, man. This game was there to be had. This is a big blow, man. This is demoralizing. Now, I'm not calling Zach Wilson a bust, but if we're being honest again, 4 of his last 5 games, he's not played well. That's just a fact. You can't, in a league like this, you can't get away with 100 yards of offense. And I don't care how good the Patriots say they are or think they are, this is a game you have to win. And you've got to find ways to win. And you've got to be creative. So I don't understand the play calls on 3rd and 4. There's no rhyme or reason to this stuff. The offense looks so difficult when it shouldn't be. And I understand the offensive line was banged up. But if things aren't working, you try to find sparks. If it means a Barrios end around, you got to do a flea flicker, whatever it is. I don't care. But figure it out. And then on special teams, the punt return to lose the game, I don't understand how you let your punter kick the ball down the middle of the field. The first thing you do when he walks on the field, kick it out of bounds, dude. pin him in the end zone, kick it out of bounds. Do not let this ball be returned. You live another day, you go to overtime. And Saleh admitted, he's like, oh, he made a mistake, he did this. How does he make a mistake? You tell him. Kick the ball out of bounds. So this is a tough one. The Jets easily have one of the best defenses in football. And right now, they're a quarterback away from being a very dangerous threat in the playoffs. And the quarterback isn't Zach Wilson right now. Can he be in the future? It's possible. But he has got such a long way to go to be more consistent and just let this offense flow. You know, and I understand why Garrett Wilson's frustrated and Elijah Moore and Denzel Mims. How do you blame him? Like, at this point, he was literally one of the biggest factors for losing this game. And he hasn't been a factor of winning games either recently. So this is a tough one, man. This is demoralizing. And you look at it like right now, the way this offense is playing, it's hard to be confident saying, you know what, well, this game is a win, this game is a win, this game is a win. There's nothing given on any Sunday, especially when your offense plays like this. You're at the point now in today's game, you're begging the defense to not only get more than 6 sacks, you're begging the defense to score so you can win the game. So, I mean, I'm not giving you much more analysis than that. I'm really, really frustrated because I was so excited for this game. I thought this was the statement game. This was the turn the page game for the Jets, and it didn't come out. You lost to the Patriots again, and now we're going to go through another week of these questions about the quarterback. And the one thing is, you talk about the quarterback, you want to see improvement. You want to see growth. You want to see development. You want to see all these things. And now you are at 6-4, and you still have the same questions you have now that you had at the beginning of the season. And I don't want to hear about his record. Oh, he's only 5-2. He is not the reason why you're winning games. He's not. At this point, you can make a legitimate argument he's holding the team back. And when you're Saleh, it's about winning. And if he's not helping you win, then he shouldn't be on the field. If you're scared to throw the ball with him on the field, he shouldn't be on the field. So in the press conference, Saleh's always going to say the right thing. He's always going to defend his team, take all the pressure on himself. But now you have a problem because, and then you add in the fact how Zach handled the press conference. Nobody out there knows what they're talking about. Well, you know what? Now you're adding even more pressure on you when you lay a dud like this. I loved his swag. I love his personality. But when you play like this and you look and don't make excuses. I don't want to hear about wind. I don't want to hear about cold. I don't want to hear about this. This is the NFL. And your team is ready to win, and you got to find ways. So that's it.